Well, hey, welcome everybody to Visit California's press conference. I hope everybody's enjoyed the phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal job that Anaheim and California and all their partners have delivered this week. Just spectacular. Congratulations. This is the 10th time that IPW has been in California. They just love hosting it and always deliver. We'll be back in California in LA in 2024, so just around the corner we'll be in LA. I was thinking that the Beach Boys were doing their song, Wish They All Could Be California Girls. And there's a California girl that embodies why they say that, because she's one of the great leaders in our industry, does a phenomenal job. She dreams big, but always delivers big, and really leads the charge as CEO of Visit California. That's Carolyn Beteta. Been a great champion of ours, been on the U.S. Travel Board, Executive Committee, served on the board chair for Brand USA, Director of Tourism, the California Governor's Office, and always innovating. The California Plaza, I'm getting more rave reviews, and people are giving me credit for it. I didn't have anything to do with it, but people say, hey, that was great. I said, yeah, man, I tell you, I said, I told Jay you should do that. I told Carolyn, and they finally got it. But, yeah, but it's absolutely been phenomenal, incredible, and how well they tell the story of California. And we're just grateful for all that she and her team and everyone in California does. And before she takes the stage, let's take a look at how California continues to dream big.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here, and thank you, Roger, for those kind remarks. I really appreciate it. I also want to call out Chris Thompson with Brand USA. Let's give U.S. Travel Association Brand USA a huge round of applause. You guys, they create the platform, and we all have a great time innovating on that platform. So thank you so much for what you do for America. Without America, California can't be successful. So really appreciate that today. I also want to recognize our Plaza pioneers. Speaking of the Plaza, we've got some of the ambassadors in the first row, so if you guys could stand. They took a real risk with this. It's a first-time conference. Obviously, it's a first, and I'm glad that you're all enjoying it, and I really appreciate their visioning process as well. And finally, I want to recognize our Visit California staff. They have worked tirelessly for the last year and a half or more on this effort. I can't believe their eyes are still wide open and ready to go today, but if you guys could stand, incredible work by Visit California. And the Plaza is not over yet. So today's announcement, actually we'll have Natasha Bedingfield on the Plaza today at 5 p.m. sharp for our final concert. And that Plaza runs today from 3:50 to 6:30. So enjoy the last of the California Plaza for now, but we invite you to come and experience all that with us. Obviously, this has been an incredible week because of Jay Barres and his team. I can't thank him enough. I feel like he's a fraternal twin at this point. You know, this is his third time, and that's what it takes as a professional to do this, and we're so excited to be working even after tomorrow with Jay and his team, Charles, and the rest of the Visit California team. So I'd like to introduce Jay Barres to come up and say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. First of all, I want to thank you for being a part of IPW 2019. It was our incredible honor and privilege to host this, and just want to highlight a couple of things and then turn it back over to Carolyn. But our mission and our vision in Anaheim and for this week was to inspire and delight the imagination of every visitor. And we hope we've done that through the beginning event on Saturday night all the way through with some great events and great daytime as well. You know, about 3 years ago in New Orleans at IPW, we all got together and started our planning, our partnerships, and I realized right then the power of the California delegation and the partners that we were going to have moving forward, and that was very exciting to see, and I think you've seen that throughout this week. We really wanted to tell the story of Anaheim and of California. And we think we've done that. We know we've done that from start to finish, including the California Plaza. Some of the new ideas that we wanted to do, one was a California Plaza, which originated, I wanted to have some entertainment out there. Not a lot of cities have a plaza like that in front of their convention center, so we wanted to take advantage of it. You saw the cycling out there this morning. We've had yoga out there. But we wanted to have something out there to tell the story. And when I presented it to some of my team, as well as to Carolyn jumped all over it. Her team got excited, and you see what we have today, which has, I think, been a huge hit for everyone, and hopefully something that you remember for a long time. We also had IPW nights. Hopefully you were able to take advantage of that on the open nights and get out and experience the destination, the city, and what we have to offer. Sometimes the stars have to align to make everything work, and I think they aligned this week for all of us here and for you. We had June gloom, it's called. We've got a little cloud cover in the morning and burns off in the afternoon. To start with Saturday night at Pelican Hill, the Chairman's Club event, we had the sun break out right before sunset, and we were able to enjoy a spectacular event. I'll tell a story, and I know some of our friends from Disney are here, but I guess it was a couple of years ago when it looked like the construction of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge may not be ready in time. I called Disney and said, you know, do you want me to call U.S. Travel and see if we can switch with the future city so that we can showcase this great new attraction? And the president said, no, we will make it happen. And so they made it happen, and we had that incredible event on Sunday night that I hope you all enjoyed and will remember for a long time. The California Beach Festival, I think, is another highlight if you were there. A fantastic event, great weather, great setting in Huntington Beach, and even our friend Snoop Dogg showed up from down the street to entertain everyone, so it was a lot of fun. And last night, we even arranged, the Japanese delegation was at the Angels baseball game, and their star player, who's playing for our Angels, hit a home run. So, we're done.
Wow, that was terrific, Jay. Tomorrow he'll be holding another wrap party with a new video of today's events. That would be awesome. So anyway, moving forward, I have 3 headlines for you today, 3 major headlines, and that is tourism in California is stronger than ever. There are many opportunities that we're creating for more growth and a sustained future. We're looking at an unprecedented new product development. This is the first time, frankly, that we've seen such robust growth throughout all of the state, and I'll share some of that growth with you across all sectors. And we we're continuing to inspire dreams of visiting California, and our latest campaigns make it easier to not only be inspired, but also to navigate this great state, making those dreams a reality, actually. So with regard to travel spending, it topped $140 billion, or $140.6 billion. And it really is continuing to be one of the largest tourism economies around the world. As a matter of fact, there was a 5.4% increase from last year, making it the #1 destination in the USA. Just in terms of size and scale of that, we're 1.5 times the size of the Florida tourism economy and 5 times the size of the Hawaiian tourism economy. Most importantly, and your interest here, we received 18.1 million international travelers last year, and they spent $28 billion. Here, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but a detailed snapshot of where we are in terms of 2018 spend and 2018 visits. So this is probably a good time. I'll hold on this slide if you guys want to take a snapshot of this. Of course, I'm happy to take any questions about it afterwards, and we'll be distributing this information all day long at the Media Center as well as at our booth as well. So you can see Mexico is our #1 market, but when you take into consideration overseas markets, that puts China on top with $3.4 billion spent last year. What fuels this growth is the good work and will of our airline partners and that air infrastructure we have. In total, we're looking at 26.9 million seats. Last year, that's a 5% increase, 117,000 international flights. Those numbers actually don't even include Tijuana, which we consider our latest gateway airport, thanks to our good friends in San Diego and with the CBX, or the Cross-Border Express. We're seeing about 2.6 million passengers that'll cross CBX northbound in 2019. That's a staggering 18% increase over last year. And on July 2nd, we'll be opening another California Welcome Center right at CBX to support our vast California Welcome Center network throughout the state. That CBX Welcome Center will be our 18th in the state, and it really represents the concierge for all of our international travelers, so they actually have that link with us in state as well. As I said, we're seeing a staggering level of investment across all sectors that continues to kind of renew California as a travel destination. Just over the last decade, we saw $26.7 billion in investment on direct travel infrastructure. In 2018 alone, that number is about $4 billion, and we're looking at an additional $12 billion over just the next 3 years. Just on a hotel front alone, over the next 3 years, we'll add 16,000 new hotel rooms, averaging about 1% growth a year. There are now 122 properties currently under construction that have scheduling open dates between 2019 and 2021. That does not include the dozens and dozens and dozens of hotel renovations that are occurring real time. Just last night, for example, at the San Diego party, I was talking to the GM of the Hotel Del Coronado, and they're putting in about $200 million in renovations, just one hotel. So there really is a revival, a renaissance that's happening throughout California. With all the success and momentum, we find ourselves at a point where we need to really be good stewards of this incredible industry. And so we've had the mindset, along with our destination partners in the industry, is to move from kind of the mindset of destination marketing to destination management. And that is our focus going forward, that the success cannot continue unabated if we don't really take into consideration that this industry is like any other commodity, and that it needs to be sustainable. So to that end, this year we're working on our California Tomorrow Today sustainability plan, and we've launched a resource tool that has 3 points of focus. The plan itself has about 3 points of focus, that being social and cultural, environmental, and of course economic is important. But we see with sustainability that the economic issues actually thrive if we're looking at a long-term view of how we're managing this incredible and vast industry. So the tool that I'm talking about today is on your seats if you want to use this as a resource. It's kind of a navigation guide where all this content sits, but the main focuses of the content we have today are our guiding principles, best practices, our content resources, and library and case studies. And really my ask of all of you is you can be helpful to us in terms of working. This is where the partnership comes in with all of you throughout the media, is we're really trying to manage this from a statewide level, and a lot of what we're talking about deals with seasonality. And so we really see you as partners in travel in terms of making sure that the consumer experience remains rich and pure, and first and foremost. And if we have that, we can then continue to be supportive of really what we've built, that solid social and cultural foundation, and obviously an economic foundation. The other point of reference for the Sustainability Resource Center, you can find under media.visitcalifornia.com. More information also at the Media Center as well. Well, I don't think I would be thorough and comprehensive if I didn't mention the wildfire situation that we had last year. So I want to spend a minute talking about that. Our wildfires are a very natural phenomenon. It's actually how trees grow. As many of you know, pine cones actually do not release seeds unless there is a fire situation. So that is actually a natural reoccurring situation in order for us to have the rich, lush forests that you see all over the West. And it's a phenomenon that is not only, a California-centric, it's a very much a Western issue for us. And so to that end, we wanted to make sure that we saw crisis not being competitive, and we formed a West Coast Travel Coalition to get those facts out, first and foremost to you, our media partners, as well as to consumers at large. The reality is when these wildfires break out, at the end of the day, in a California-specific situation, they're covering less than 1% of all California's gross acreage. So it doesn't appear that way in terms of how the media covers it, but most of the time, they're in open space wilderness areas, and that's, we really thank our firefighters for managing those. But we now have a toolkit for all of you in terms of, and for the consumers in terms of navigating and rerouting safely around certain temporary conditions. The other thing that we're launching is joint California-Oregon itineraries to make that whole corridor easier to navigate. And soon we'll have access to interactive maps and really a repository for live webcam images like you'll see here. This is taken from today, Timber Cove and Tahoe, and we'll have live webcam updates all over the state as we move into the season this year. So with so much that's happening, I want to migrate to really what we're seeing in terms of new product development and the fact that there's never been a better time to visit California. Just on the theme park level, 2019 marks some great news. Obviously, we all experienced Star Wars Galaxy Edge Sunday. That was incredible. We have other major openings this year, including Legoland's Dupo Playtown, Calico River Rapids at Knott's Berry Farm that you'll get to experience tonight, the Tidal Twister roller coaster at SeaWorld San Diego, and of course the new Jurassic World ride at Universal Studios Hollywood coming soon. Theme parks aren't the only news in our very important family segment. This year, the Con Museum will open as a year-round attraction in San Diego's historic Balboa Park. The Academy of Museum of Motion Pictures will offer free admissions to all visitors under 18. And we've got the Caton Children's Museum that's opening a new space in downtown Santa Monica, 21,000 square feet and all. And Mammoth Lake's new zip line tour, Mammoth Mega Zip, will offer the tallest vertical drop of any zip line in North America. On the luxury accommodation front, lots of headlines there. Earlier this year, Rosewood Miramar Beach Resort in Montecito just opened. It's spectacular, and it's joined by openings like the Santa Monica Proper Hotel, Hotel Zero Piccolo Hotel in San Luis Obispo or SoCal, the Andes Palm Springs, and Hotel Indio in Coachella Valley in the desert. And of course, Wine Country is welcoming the Four Seasons Resorts and Residence Napa Valley. Looking ahead to 2020, the Westin Anaheim Resort will open right here in Anaheim, Montage Healdsburg in the Wine Country, and Montage La Quinta and Pentry La Quinta in the desert. So lots happening in the luxury and super affluent space as well. Moving on to sports and entertainment in the Golden State, first of its kind in San Francisco, the Chase Center will serve as home to the soon-to-be NBA champions Golden State Warriors when it opens in September. Go Warriors! Sorry, Canada! Warriors! Oh God. Okay, we can tell we've had a great IPW. It's a little raspy up here. We also have the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park opening in Huntington Beach. It just completed its expansion this spring, so many of our team, Orange County, Anaheim, are sporting Vans shoes today to inspire that. We're very excited about that. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention what Los Angeles is doing with their new stadium and entertainment district at Hollywood Park in 2020 to join the other cities' iconic stadiums. But truly, as you'll see on the next slide, it's going to be a sports entertainment mecca coming up over the years, starting with Major League Baseball All-Star Week, the Super Bowl's coming back, college football championships, FIFA World Cup, and then of course the Summer Olympics. We should have put in there 2024 IPW. I'm sorry about that, Roger and Chris. Next time I'll catch that. Milestones are always incredible, and in California we go big with milestones and create incredible festivals and celebrations, starting with San Francisco Pride, celebrating their 50th anniversary of the San Francisco Pride Festival. Pebble Beach is hosting their 119th U.S. Open Championship this month as part of their centennial celebration. The City of San Diego and Old Town Chamber is marking their 250th commemoration of the birth of San Diego in 2019. I didn't know Joe Terzi was that old. He's not here, don't tell anybody. Pasadena's Huntington Library, Art Collections, and Botanical Gardens Centennial Celebration in 2019, and our iconic Hearst Castle celebrates its centennial 100th in 2020. We have also a milestone in that coming up on September 20th is the second annual California Surfing Day. Last year, if you are unaware, surfing was named California's official state sport, and September 20th was declared California Surfing Day, a state-recognized holiday. So we will have many, why is everybody laughing? It commemorates what is really core to our DNA. We've got some great world-class events like Huntington Beach hosting the U.S. Open of Surfing, and of course the famed Mavericks at Half Moon Bay, and we'll be communicating with all of you all the other events that will be occurring in and around September 20th. As I said, California inspires dreaming big. There are 2 areas of content focus I wanted to share with you this year, and that is telling the story of Only in California experiences through first culinary. Culinary has really moved from niche to mainstream, and obviously we want to capture and inspire the foodies of the world that see our wonderful Golden State is just like a theme park. Some of our theme parks, they see the whole state as the riches of our agricultural bounty. We're the #1 agricultural production state in the U.S. We actually produce 80% of all the crop varietals in the U.S. and really feed the world, but it does definitely start at home, and we want to make sure that we inspire travelers to continue putting their money where their mouth is as we serve up this platform of inspiration. As I said, it's deeply rooted in our agricultural legacy. The farm to fork is not just a line, it's a lifestyle, and we invented it, and we want to capture the imagination and make it accessible for everyone in California. On Monday afternoon, we actually worked with partners in our friends Michelin, and they launched the first ever California Michelin guide that showcases the diversity and abundance in dining in California. Just interestingly, the guide encompasses 657 restaurants from 110 cities. California now has 90 starred restaurants with a total of 118 stars. And our distinctions, we really value the cultural and the diversity of our restaurant and food scene. So, for example, we have the world's only 2-starred Indian restaurant, the world's only 2-starred Mexican restaurant, and the world's only 3-starred female chef here in California. And we're very proud of that and the relationship that we've been able to leverage with the Michelin platform. As a matter of fact, we, like the rest of our culture and our DNA, there's a deep tradition in wild experimentation in this space, perhaps because we truly live by the farm to fork experience and can really walk the gardens and the farms to serve up very distinctive delights. We've now called this fearless attitude taste blazing. And I hope you've enjoyed that inspired experience on the California Plaza this week, for example. We've really looked at the Taste Blazers platform from a both curated, user-generated, and owned content hubs. So you'll see that our partner Michelin really represents the curated hub. TripAdvisor, we're working with TripAdvisor on user-generated content. And then, of course, our own Chase Ramsey Dream Eater represents our own channels. So there's any way the visitor wants to experience the culinary delights, we're trying to reach them through the various social and digital channels. The other content experience I just want to note again is our California Road Trip Republic. I don't need to say a whole lot. Obviously, with my friend and fraternal brother, Jay Barres, we launched that at Monday's lunch, but with the breadth of experience, 400,000 roads, 840 miles of coastline, there's so much to see and capture in the ultimate California road trip experience. And people are really road tripping more than ever with the accessibility. We've seen about a 79% increase, as a matter of fact, in international travelers wanting to do road trips. And so we really have tried to roll that out as a global content layer. And you can see how that's taken shape at the California Plaza, the Monday lunch, and then of course as part of the California delegation all through IPW. That also is supported by our friends and partners at Meredith Publishing. We've produced a bookazine that has 50 California road trips. Those are available to you both in print as well as digitally, and they're on U.S. newsstands now and actually even available on Amazon. So as a gift, we're leaving that for you today so that beyond our post-familiarization tours, that you can experience however you want to experience through our 50 amazing road trips. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that is not supported by our global brand campaign. Currently, we spend about 60% of our budget on international branding efforts. It's supported in 13 countries, representing 87% of all inbound visitors. And our brand campaign is produced in English, Mandarin, Spanish. So I thought I'd close my remarks with our brand campaign, and it's entitled Spoiled. We're a little spoiled to live here, and so we love sharing it with everybody. So let's check it out.
Dicen que en California somos unos consentidos, pero no es nuestra culpa. Nosotros no tuvimos nada que ver con esto. Tan solo nos tocó estar aquí. Está lleno de magia y de maravillas inesperadas. Es demasiado bueno para ser verdad. A veces tenemos que pellizcarnos para saber que todo esto es real, que no es un sueño. A lo mejor sí estamos muy consentidos, pero todos están invitados. Ven, seguro saldrás muy consentido de aquí. Comienza tu viaje en VisitCalifornia.com.mx.